This is Formula Side Quests, your mostly on-topic Formula One podcast, hosted by me, Kelly,
and me, Shannon.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Formula Side Quests, your mostly on-topic Formula One podcast with me, Kelly.
And me, Shannon.
Thank you for tuning in. We promised you content during the spring break.
Woo, spring break!
I paused there just for that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We have got content. In fact, we thought we'd struggle for 2 podcasts. We've just actually worked out that we've got 3 podcast episodes.
Because we can't shut up.
Because we really, really like to talk.
Mm.
So this one is a special episode just because we wanted to talk about these things.
Yeah.
This is a episode dedicated to last year.
Yes. And I think when we were going back and forth and discussing some ideas on messages the other day, I believe that in my bullet point notes of things that we could talk about, what I sent to you was the best moments of 2025, brackets, back when they used to drive for a living rather than charge batteries for a living, close brackets.
Yes, that is word for word what you wrote, yeah.
It's interesting. I listened back to our early podcasts.
Why?
I don't know. I just did. Sorry.
Right.
To get our viewing figures up. And
Gotcha.
and we were so positive about the racing of 2026 in the beginning. Like our race roundup of Australia, our race roundup of China, we were like, oh my God, they're actually battling, they're actually racing, there's actually passes. And then we got to Japan and we realised that the actual battle and the actual racing is just battery recharge, it's not driving. So we're going to throw it back to 2025 and we're going to talk about our favourite moments of racing in 2025, and then we are going to talk about our favourite radios of 2025 because there were some gems.
There were some absolute blinders. There really, really were.
I think every race ever, always, there's at least one radio call that has us giggling.
Yes.
Because sometimes the level of sass. The level of sass,
God,
from both engineers and drivers alike is hilarious.
And we do have our favourites.
We do have our favourites. Personally, Max and GP's relationship is my favourite relationship on the grid. I think my favourite all-time radio of theirs is GP gives an instruction, Max throws it back in his face, and GP just goes, "Fine, do it yourself."
Yeah,
and it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful.
Oh yeah, there's too many to name, but yeah, it is fantastic, and obviously, Bono and Lewis,
beautiful,
were just incredible. But it's so lovely to see Bono still have that kind of relationship with Kimi.
Yeah,
it's slightly different in that Kimi's obviously a lot younger, and it's a new relationship, but Bono still has that level of but. You've got to listen to me. I actually know what I'm saying and what I'm doing. So, listen to me. And Kimi is a little bit like Lewis, and he goes, "Yeah, do I?
Yeah, do I though? Yeah."
Do I?
There's so much racecraft and pedigree amongst the engineers alone. So it always makes for some fantastic back and forth when they're trying to give instructions and the driver's like, "No, I know better," and the engineer's like, "Well, actually, you don't, because who's looking at the fucking data, you knob." which is essentially what those exchanges become. So we're gonna chat about the best radio moments of 2025. But first we'll talk about our favourite racing moments. I have just off the top of my head tried to put this into a vague chronology. I don't think it's correct, but it's somewhat there. So we're going to start off with Miami being our next race coming up.
Yep.
One of our highlights, and I think this was probably one of our ultimate highlights of 2025, was nothing to do with the actual race.
Absolutely not.
Nothing to do with the actual F1 cars.
Nope.
But the Lego race of the Drivers' Parade of Miami last year.
Oh my God. It was... The Drivers' Parades are always fun.
Yes.
But not because of what they're driving. It's fun because of the dynamics that you see between the drivers.
They relax for the first time in the whole weekend.
Exactly.
You feel.
They have the chance to stand there. Yes, they're going around the track, they're waving to the fans, but they're not really there for the fans. They're there for themselves.
Yeah.
And it is an opportunity for them before the start of the race on a Sunday to have a chin wag. And we know
And have a catch up.
they really enjoy that.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be talking about, you know, the race or strategies or anything like that, but they do. There have been times where they have been mic'd up and we've heard things about, so what tyres are you on?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you
Dude.
should just be standing there waving at the fans. That's,
Dude. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we know what this is all about.
Yeah.
But over the past couple of years, there have been some races that have tried to do it slightly different.
It's one of the only things that trying to make a bigger spectacle out of F1 I can get behind. All of the making a bigger spectacle about the race weekends, most of it annoys the fuck out of me. But making a bigger thing out of the drivers' parades, I can get behind that.
Yeah. And also, I think the Lego drivers' parade is the first time that I've sat down and watched an entire parade.
Yes. We
and
did.
Not just snippets.
No, the entire thing from start to finish, yeah.
We actually sat down and watched the entire thing from start to finish, and oh my God. And I remember when we were watching it.
We were in your house, weren't we?
We watched it, and afterwards we both looked at each other and went, oh my God, they were having way too much fun.
And we laughed the entire way through.
Oh, God.
For those that need a bit of context, they made 10 full-size, life-size Lego F1 cars that had electric motors that were powered, and I think they went about 20 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were not racing.
They were racing.
Well,
they were racing.
The Lego cars were not built for racing.
No. And they stuck, so each team obviously had their cars, so they stuck both the drivers in the car. One was driving, one was passenger princessing. The first fantastic thing was the argument between some of the teams. Some of them were just sort of like, oh yeah, sure, you drive, I'll get in the back. Some of them, I thought there was going to be fisticuffs about who was going to drive and who was going to passenger princess.
Are we talking George?
Yes. Absolutely hilarious. And then for the first, I mean, it was very gentle and very mild for about
a quarter of a lap.
Yeah, if that.
If that.
I was going to say 3 meters. And then you've got 20 of the most competitive people in the world in cars. So it immediately became a racing each other. There were some very illegal moves. They were crashing into each other. There was Lego flying everywhere. But every single one of them was cackling their way down that lap.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. They were trying to go faster. They were trying to undercut each other. People were cutting corners.
The best part for me was Lewis and Charles. And funnily enough, that was not a couple that was fighting about who was driving.
No, it was just Lewis just very calmly got in the back.
Yeah, Lewis was very happy to just sit there and let Charles drive.
Yeah.
However, then halfway through, Lewis is literally rocking his body to try and make the car go faster.
Because they're trying to win.
It was
because even by Miami, they knew that it was the only thing they were going to win. Sorry. Yeah.
It was just amazing.
Didn't a Williams full on like shove the Mercedes car into the wall and they both just stopped working?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Which Carlos found hilarious.
Carlos thought it was hilarious.
George not so much.
No, George not so much. Pierre brought out his like Velociraptor cackle laugh, which is one of my favourite things in the world. Gabby was driving the Sauber.
Yes.
And Nico was stood up at one point. And Gabby stopped and Nico just fell on him entirely and had to like extract himself, like this 6-foot German extract himself off him. And then my absolute favourite part at the end was when George dropped his phone.
Oh, God, yeah. And made Alex
Go full on head in cockpit to try and get his phone out of the car.
Alex Albon, who's not even his teammate.
No, but they are very good friends, aren't they?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're another example of growing up together. It was just hilarious. There was so much carnage. And Max said at the end, like, I think they're going to have to do some sweeping up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, thousands of hours went into building those cars, and within 30 seconds, they'd taken off each other's front wings. It was fantastic.
It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
If you just watch, I'll try again.
Yeah.
If you just listen to this because you're supporting us and you're not a massive F1 fan, if you want a good laugh, go and watch that. Just put into YouTube F1 Lego race.
It's about 20 minutes altogether.
Yeah. And it's just 20 big kids giggling.
Yeah.
Go and have a watch. It's absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely.
Okay, next we are going to go to Isaac's first podium in Zandvoort.
Oh.
There's not a huge amount to say on this other than it was lovely.
It was lovely.
It was really lovely.
Isaac last year was obviously racing for VCARB, Racing Bulls,
Visa Cash App,
whatever they're called. The baby team of the Red Bulls.
Yes.
And him and Liam last year, they did really well considering that everybody was going on about, the fact that Red Bull was putting more money into Red Bull rather than Racing Bulls and blah, 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 blah.
Which also, yeah, of course they are.
Well, exactly.
What's the main team?
Exactly.
Be sensible.
But neither Liam or Isaac was letting any of that stop them. They were still going for it. And especially because, obviously, Liam was originally racing for Red Bulls.
All the driver swap shenanigans.
So Liam was essentially showing that he can race.
Mm-hmm. And was pretty well.
Was racing. But yeah, the fact that Isaac got his first podium, it was just stunning.
It was lovely. Any rookie getting a podium in their rookie year is always wonderful because it's a massive confidence boost, and especially for Isaac after he lost it the way he did in Australia, not even making it to the grid.
Yeah.
Not even starting the race. Horrific start to your rookie year in F1. So being able to get a podium mid-season, well, it was about August, wasn't it? August, September time. Is just lovely. It's just a massive confidence boost and everything that you need. And Isaac is one of those like genuinely humble drivers that's like, I've worked bloody hard to get here, but I also appreciate all the hard work that everyone else has done to get me here. And that was really apparent on his podium. Yeah. It was lovely. Next. See, now it's definitely out of order.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, no, because we went Zandvoort, then we're going to go Silverstone. Oh, that's fine. Next, and just further proving that it's not really in order, is Silverstone.
Oh.
Everything about Silverstone. I think for us, firstly, it was the first race of 2025 that we watched live.
Yes, it was.
Because we hadn't yet started watching every single race weekend together.
No. And
we hadn't yet started streaming it live at live times. So we'd been watching Channel 4 highlights either together or separately. Obviously, Silverstone Channel 4 gets their live coverage. So it was the first race that we'd watched live. British Grand Prix.
It's the home race.
Home race. You've got to love it.
You got to love it
before you even start.
I mean, it's one of those tracks that you talk to an F1 fan, and no matter where they are in the world, it is one of those tracks that they will name.
Yeah.
Alongside Monaco.
Yeah.
Alongside Spa.
Yeah.
It's one of those tracks that people know.
Yeah.
And even down to the fact that there are, people from China and Japan that know all the names of the tunes and everything.
They're naming Brands Hatch, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's like, when you go into Maggots.
Oh, okay. Maggots and
hello.
Maggots. It's also the only track that I know the rough layout of.
Yeah.
In my head. Like, could roughly drive it.
So it's a special one.
It's
It
a
is
special
a
one.
special one. It's a special one for us as fans, as watchers. But also it was a special one in that this was the first home race in quite a number of years where we had so many British drivers on track.
Tons of British drivers, and the championship favourite and the championship leader was a British driver at the British Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So immediately there was a level of excitement of, are we going to get a first Lando home race win?
Yep.
And we did.
We did.
And that was wonderful and fantastic, and you could see how much it meant to him, and that was amazing. But I think it almost makes it stick in my head more is Nico Hulkenberg's podium.
Yeah, his first ever podium.
239, was it, race starts?
Yeah.
22 years in the sport. His stats do not mirror his driving skill in the slightest.
Not at all. Nico Hulkenberg is one of those drivers that has always just been there.
Yeah.
In that he's always just made it.
He's never, again, like we were saying about Pierre Gasly in the last episode, he's never quite hit. He's never been with the top team at the right time.
Yeah.
He's never been with a team whilst they've been flying.
Yeah.
He makes moves potentially at the wrong time, potentially. You know, he also took a couple of years out, didn't he? Thank God he came back. Like, he's, like you say, he's always just. And this, I mean, Silverstone last year was an absolute flipping, it was all over the place, wasn't it?
Well, it was wet, then it was dry, then it was wet again. Nobody knew what tyres to be on. Safety car came out.
Yeah. People were complaining all over the place. It was flipping, it was all over the place. But it wasn't just through merit of safety cars and wets and pitting.
God, no.
It was driving skill.
Pure driving skill.
Because he did not miss a beat.
Oh, he was incredible. And that's what made it.
Yeah.
That's why we were sat here going,
yeah.
Oh my God, Nico Hulkenberg can do this. He's going to do it.
Oh my God. He's done it. Yeah. You had Max making mistakes, Lando making mistakes, Oscar making mistakes. Like, all of the top drivers you were going, ugh, because they were wobbling, sliding, aquaplaning. He didn't twitch.
No.
He didn't twitch.
Not at all.
And for the last, quarter of the race, he had a flippin' Ferrari in his mirrors.
Yep.
Of Lewis at his home race, who was trying to chase his stats of never not being on the podium in 20 years.
Yeah.
At his home race, which is one hell of a stat to have to beat. And he didn't flinch. He didn't flinch.
No.
And you could just see how much it meant to him, meant to the team.
Oh, it was just
wonderful.
Brilliant.
It was wonderful. A real highlight. And I think I was almost more excited about that than I was about Lando winning.
Yeah. And I mean, afterwards as well, what really just made it so special was the fact that obviously when you finish the race, the podiums are done, everybody starts winding down, the journalists bugger off home. The team are still there in the garages because, they've got to start dismantling things, they've got to pack away, there's the car to sort out, there's all the equipment, blah, 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 blah. The teams then have their own celebrations.
Yes.
And Sauber didn't have anything in their garage to celebrate.
They had no champagne or anything like that because they didn't think they were ever going to need it.
So then all the other garages chipped in.
It was the loveliest thing.
And garages like Ferrari, Mercedes, they were all sending baskets of champagne and treats, chocolates and things like that to the Sauber garage so that they could celebrate. It was just brilliant.
It just goes to show that level of team spirit and respect of, yes, we are fighting each other every weekend, but we can appreciate when someone's achieved something.
Exactly.
And that was definitely one hell of an achievement.
Yep.
May it continue.
Oh. Are we going Azerbaijan? Oh. Yes.
So next up is Mr. Smooth Operator himself.
Oh, Carlos
Sainz and his two
podiums for Williams
in 2025. It is first year at Williams.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
So Azerbaijan and Qatar. And again, it was one of those, you could see how much it meant to him and everyone. That he said when he moved to Williams that he was going to Williams because he believed in them.
Yes.
And he believed in what they were doing.
Yeah.
And that he wanted to bring Williams back on top.
Yeah.
And whilst it was very unfortunate and very clearly not his decision in leaving Ferrari.
Nope.
It was never going to be Charles. The most heartbreaking interview in the world. I knew it was never going to be Charles. Oh, Carlos, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah.
But I think he had a pretty good pick of teams that he could have gone to.
Oh, God, yeah.
If you think about all the empty seats that we had. But he chose Williams because he believed in what they were doing. And Williams is such a name in the sport. Like, oh my God.
Well, this is it. It is the name.
It's the name in the sport. Williams has been going for forever. So you could see how much it meant to everyone to get them back on the podium. And I loved Toto's gift to James Vowles, saying,
oh, yeah,
congratulations on your first podium as team principal. Obviously, James has come from Mercedes. He was Toto's number 2 for a very, very long time. And it had that real Williams family spirit of old.
Yeah.
Back when Frank used to be in the garage, Claire was team principal. It was lovely. It was so lovely to see. And then he went and did it twice.
He did it twice. Bless him.
Bless him. So yeah, that was fantastic. One of our favourite moments of the season, nothing to do with racing. Nothing to do with drivers, in fact.
No.
And that is the sacking of Christian Horner.
Yes.
Need we say more, really?
Well, I mean, I am going to say more.
You are going to say more.
Just for a bit of context, me and Shannon used to work together. And then last year, Shannon left where I worked, went to a new job. And this was around about the time of Silverstone. Obviously, that was not going to stop us from chatting. I don't think anything would stop us from chatting.
I don't think a nuclear war would stop us from chatting, to be honest.
No, we'd still find a way.
We'd be the cockroaches, having survived, still yapping away in the corner.
But I remember this so vividly, of you sending the message of going, oh my God, Kel, you will never believe what has actually happened. It has actually happened. Oh my God. And other such nonsense as the message went on. And I'm like, what's happened? What's happened? And you went, Christian Horner's gone. And before I replied to you, I think I replied something along the lines of, but before I replied to you, I remember just looking at my phone going, what the actual arse?
Very similar. If only you had voice noted in return.
I know.
Like you voice noted for the whole Jonathan Wheatley, Adrian Newey thing. And we could have drawn on that.
But it was...
Yeah.
It was a shock. It was genuinely a shock. Because even though the allegations surrounding him had started like before the season,
2 years prior even,
you know, and there were all these rumours floating around, and obviously he's going, no, it's fine, don't worry about it, I'm good, the team's good, blah 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 blah. And of course since then there have been a lot of, well, conspiracy theories essentially that it wasn't because of the sexual misconduct allegations, it was because Jos Verstappen basically turned around and went, it's either my son or Christian, what are you going to choose? I mean,
I would love that to be true. I don't think it is true, but I would love that to be true.
Either way, the fact is that July 2025, Christian Horner got sacked from Red Bull as team principal. He had been team principal since the inception of Red Bull. Red Bull was synonymous with Christian Horner and vice versa. And then all of a sudden, he's no longer there. And it was just such a shock to not have that figure. Whether you liked him or you didn't, doesn't really matter. It was a shock not to see him on the pit wall.
Yes, it was. And he has been so formative to the sport for a very long time. it was a shame that it seemed to, in the end, the sacking seemed to come down to a performance-based decision, as opposed to there are sexual assault allegations made against you. You need to leave. Fucking spineless.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's a shame that that's what it was. However, in the end, whatever got him out, like
this is it.
He, like you say, like him or hate him, he was so synonymous with the Red Bull and with the sport even. But I used to, I think not like him, that's a strong word, but I used to find him all right.
I respected him.
I respected him, yes. He was definitely not as much of a dick in years previous as he became from like 22, 23 onwards. He became a right prick.
Yeah.
Outwardly.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone that is going to sexually assault someone is obviously a prick anyway. But outwardly, he visibly became a prick from that point onwards. Before, he wasn't really half as bad.
No.
But you could see the way the culture was souring, and you could see the way that everyone just wasn't as happy.
Yeah.
And so it was a long time coming.
What I would say to that is that because of Christian Horner being there, or were we noticing it more because Laurent Miquet's come in and completely changed the culture anyway?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe because from the moment Laurent begun, there was a notable shift.
Completely and utterly.
And that was lovely and that was necessary. So yeah, maybe it just highlighted even more how much the culture had nosedived. But we were still very pleased. Bottom line,
very, very
we were pleased. I think Ding Dong the Witch is Dead was something I said in reference to it, but possibly.
Yes, you yes, you did.
Did I send that GIF?
You did send that GIF. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. 2 to go. Our next one is Max pit lane to podium in Interlagos.
Oh my god. Now, I'm going to say this.
Oh, go on. Oh, God.
I don't know whether our listeners have noticed this yet, but there tends to be some moments in sport where you just look at it and you go, how can anybody watch that and not find it sexy as fuck? Because, oh my god.
Do you mean, for example, Charles Leclerc's sunset lap moving into Max Verstappen's storm lap?
Oh my god, that is sexy as fuck. Seriously, there are
key moments.
There are key moments. Do you know what? It's not just Formula One.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching various sports.
Yeah.
I love, for example, rugby. Maybe not so much in recent years. Wales have been shit, but we'll not talk about that here. There are moments, and it's not just in sport, but in anything that you are passionate about, where you will watch something and you are just so speechless at the absolute power or skill or talent or whatever it is that is being displayed, that you literally have no words, and you are just sitting there and watching this absolute power of beauty, of skill, talent, whatever it is. And Interlagos from pit lane to P1.
No, it was podium, not P1. It was P3.
Oh, it was P3, wasn't it?
He's done P17 to P1. That was 23.
4. Yeah. But pit lane to podium.
Yeah. It was fantastic. I mean, that race again was another race that was all over the place. We had Gabby really badly crashing out. It was wet. I mean, it's Brazil, of course. It was wet. It was a massive race, and it always is. And there are some races in the season that you can sit down and you know that it's going to deliver.
Yeah. Not Monaco.
Not Monaco. Unfortunately not. But Spa, Silverstone, Interlagos, Baku.
Yeah.
You know it's going to deliver. Vegas to an extent, as much as I hate to say it. And you know that Brazil is going to deliver.
Oh.
And that was it was a fantastic drive. It was a really, really fantastic drive. And at this point we were going championship.
Mm-hmm.
Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Are we on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're not on. And then he did that, and we were like, oh, we're so on.
We
are so on. We are so back.
Yeah, it was after Interlagos where it was like, oh shit,
we're gonna do this. We are gonna do this.
So that was the moment where, you just like, oh crap, it's so tight between the top three that it really could be anybody's. It was brilliant. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again. It was sexy as fuck.
It was. And that brings us nicely on to our last one, which is just Abu Dhabi. Just Abu Dhabi.
Oh, just Abu Dhabi.
It's been years since we had a 3-way title fight. Years. Like 10 years?
Yeah.
It had been years since we'd had a really solid title fight.
Yeah.
Like, it was just Max winning it like a solid few races before the end for years previous to that. And then it was Lewis winning it a solid few races before the end before that. So the fact that it came down to the last race was, even if it was just between two drivers, was a great start. But a 3-way title fight, sat there doing the math, going, okay, so Max has to be there to be able to do that, and then Lando has to be there to be able to do that, and then Oscar's got to be here to be like,
I remember sitting here because we actually watched that one live as well.
We did,
and just we were sat here going, hang on a minute, but right, so if Charles overtakes now, where's everybody? Right, no, Charles hasn't overtaken. Okay, so what was the original maths?
And every time a position changed, we'd look at each other and go, so what does that mean now?
Yeah.
And it was just fantastic. And, Max crosses the line.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, so that's happened. Oscar crosses the line and we're like, okay, so that's happened. And we don't breathe. No. Like, neither of us breathed until Lando crossed the line.
Isn't that the one that we actually videoed ourselves?
We have videos and photos of
2 minutes of us sat on the floor watching the TV.
Yeah.
And genuinely, there is not a sound coming out of us.
You could hear a pin drop. That might be something to upload on the Instagram.
Yeah.
At some point. And it was just a fantastic. I mean, we were on the edge of our seat. Well, I say the edge of our seats. We were on the fucking floor.
We were on the floor
for the entire race. And it was just fantastic. And we wanted Lando to win. We'd wanted Lando to win for the entire season.
Yeah.
British driver. Yeah. We wanted that. But actually, if Max had got it, I would have been ecstatic. And if Oscar had got it, I also would have been happy.
Yeah.
Because they all just, there was a reason it was between the three of them. Well, they'd all performed beautifully throughout the season.
Going into Abu Dhabi, one of the stats that really has stuck with me, going into Abu Dhabi, all three had won 7 races each.
Yeah. It was, because this was the thing, wasn't it? It was so fucking close that if they hadn't managed to cross the line with a points differential that made it really clear, they were then going to go to wins.
Yeah.
But they couldn't go to wins because it was equal. So then they had to go to P2s.
Yeah.
It was the definition of you all equally deserve this because you've all driven spectacularly. In the same way, they'd all had their ups and downs at different parts of the season. Lando had got out of the box, and the first few races of the season, I was like, he's going to do it. Stonking, done it.
Yeah.
Then Oscar picks up, and you're just like, oh shit, he's not going to do it. Then who's this coming out of left field? It's Max Verstappen, it was wonderful.
It was.
I would love if 2026 took us to Abu Dhabi again.
It'd be nice.
I have a feeling it's not going to.
No.
But it would be good.
Yeah. So that is our roundup of our personal best moments of 2025. But one thing that 2025 also created a lot of were some absolutely hilarious, amazing, gorgeous radios.
Yes. As we said, it's some of our favourite parts of the weekend is the things that come out of the radio. These are in no particular order.
Good.
These are it's a very long list. We're going to have to power through this.
I'm comfortable. Let's go.
So, Carlos, first smooth operation with Williams. He half sung it. We didn't get the full song. We didn't quite get the level that we used to get at Ferrari. But that was my first smooth operation with Williams and not my last.
No, and it wasn't.
And it wasn't.
Not last year anyway.
No, might have been
for this year.
for this year.
We shall soon see.
Yeah.
But yes, Carlos. Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. Absolutely wonderful. Nico and Gabby in Silverstone.
Oh my God.
This sticks with me. So I genuinely think about this so often. I mean, just Nico's radio firstly to Jonathan Wheatley was just wonderful. Like him going, I can't even comprehend what we've just done, was just fantastic. But then they set Gabby on the radio. So Gabby DNF'd out of Silverstone, he got to watch the whole race from the garage, or some of the race from the garage. And he comes over the radio with the level of awe that only a 20-year-old talking to someone with as much motorsport pedigree as Nico Hülkenberg could have, of basically going, you are my hero.
Yeah.
And gushing about how impressed he was and how it was incredible, and how he, like, I think, didn't he use the phrase, you're a fucking legend?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It was just so wholesome. And then the thing that topped it all off was, I'll wait for you at the podium.
Oh my God.
If you would put that in a romantic novel of F1, I would turn around and go, it's too much, it's really cheesy.
Yeah, that is not realistic at all whatsoever. Why the hell are you writing that? However,
it came out of Gabby's mouth and I was like, that's the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
It was just brilliant. And again, it shows what we've been saying about how this is such a team sport.
Yeah.
That, Gabby, you know, he DNF'd.
Yeah.
He had to sit in the garage and watch half the bloody race. And yet he's there going, yes, Nico, yes, you are amazing, you are brilliant, because of how much it is a team sport.
Yeah. And as Nico gets out of the car in Perk Vermeil, you just see this like fluorescent green streak as Gabby launches himself at him and grabs him out of the car. It's so lovely.
Yeah.
So lovely.
Yeah. What's next?
Next is Oscar. I can't remember what race it is, but an Alpine running him onto the grass.
Oh, God, yeah, Franco Colapinto.
And his response on the radio was, Alpine still managed to fuck me over even after all these years. And it's so, it's kind of quite painful, actually.
It is. It is.
Again, for context, Oscar's rookie season was with Alpine. His F2 seasons and his rookie F1 seasons were with Alpine. And Alpine absolutely screwed him with his contract.
Yeah. Dropped him like a hot potato. Well, no,
they did and they didn't, because they dropped him like a hot potato out of F2, but then he got his F1. He had to wait a year, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And then he got his F1 seat. But then after his rookie season in F1, there's that infamous tweet from him of, it seems that without my knowledge, Alpine have said that they've signed me for the next season. They haven't. I'm going to McLaren.
Mm-hmm.
So Alpine just didn't treat him well in the slightest.
Nope.
But yeah, they still managed to fuck me over after all these years. Great. Brilliant.
Yeah. Right, well then what's next?
Next is Gabriel, again, in Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bit of a spat with Kimi Antonelli.
He did.
And he said to his engineer, has he got a penalty for that? And his engineer goes, no, he has not. So Gabby's response was, I'll just put him in the wall next time. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Again, bearing in mind that they're all the same rookie intake,
yes,
which means that they have come through all of various formulas together. They have raced together since they were children. They are still children. They're all still in their teens.
They're all babies.
Yeah, and coming out with that, I mean, you could just tell from his tone. There was no malice in it whatsoever.
No.
But it was fucking funny.
It was hilarious. Yeah. What have we got coming up next?
Next is a Max and GP. Funnily enough, Max and GP do not feature very much on here at all.
No, they had quite a quiet season
they did
last year, didn't they?
In comparison. There wasn't many marital spats.
No, they were well behaved.
So you're going to do the other half of this because because I know how you're going to deliver it. GP comes over the radio to Max and says, so the McLarens have swapped places. Max's response?
Yeah. Is that because of the slow pit lane?
Max is like, what, really?
Like, what?
Pardon? Like,
literally, he was like, Wait, is that
Yeah.
because of the slow pit stop?
But he was also kind of half laughing as well, of just like, just because they had a slow pit stop. Which, like, yeah, it was the one moment in the whole season that the papaya rules for me really went a step too far.
Yeah.
Of swapping them just because someone had a slow pit stop. It created the wonderful meme of Oscar Lando's broken up with his girlfriend, so you need to break up with your girlfriend too. That kind of ridiculous equity.
Yeah.
But yeah, Max comes back on the radio and goes, just because they had a slow pit stop. GP's response is like, yeah. And you can hear in GP's voice that he also thinks it's fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
But he tries to convey.
Say it.
He's not going to say it, and he conveys to Max, it's not our problem.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Next up is Lewis's crash out.
Oh my god. Oh, now see, it's funny and it's not funny, but it's
not
funny.
funny. It's not funny and it is funny. Yeah.
Because Lewis Hamilton is a 7 times world champion. He is one of the greatest British drivers of all time. He is incredible. He is, as many people on the current grid describe him, the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
And yet his first year at Ferrari was...
Can I just clarify, for my mum and dad, the GOAT means the greatest of all time. I'm not sure they'd understand that reference.
Okay.
There you go, guys, you're welcome.
So he is the greatest of all time.
The GOAT, yeah.
And however, his first year at Ferrari was just shit.
Pants. Abysmal.
Horrendous.
And the first few races, he was really, really fighting it.
Yeah.
And he was really, really fighting Ricky on the radio for it. And this was Silverstone, wasn't it?
It was.
Where he was really in contention. Like, he was coming up to Nico for that podium.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get data from them. He's trying to get help from them. He's trying to get tyre compounds from them. He's getting nothing. No information for them whatsoever. And his response is anyone listening? Is anyone doing anything? Why don't you just have a tea break while you're at it?
Just yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That is British sarcasm at its best.
It is. And the trouble is, it would land completely dead in the water to Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's probably why he got away with it, is because they didn't actually understand the sarcasm.
Yeah, Ricky's going, well, I don't actually drink tea.
I don't know. What does he mean? Why are we going to have a break in the middle of the race? I don't understand. Yeah. Next up.
Yep.
Is a Fernando Alonso gem.
Oh my god, I love this one. I love this one so much. I love this.
If you speak to me every lap, I will disconnect the radio.
This is old man Alonso at his best.
Yeah. Nando is done with your shit. He is done with your shit. He is in a back-marking Aston Martin, even in 2025. He has been on the grid for longer than some of the rookies have been alive.
Yes.
He does not want your data points every lap, but he wants you to be quiet so he can get his shit box of an Aston Martin somewhere over the line.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's great that his engineer was trying to help him. It's fantastic that, you know, especially when you see, for example, the issues that Lewis Hamilton was having, as discussed with a previous radio message. So it's nice to see that there are some engineers and some teams who are willing to give that kind of level of support and information. Nando just did not want it.
He didn't want it. And I would have loved to have seen his engineer's face upon receiving that radio message, because I just have this vision of him.
I think you actually said that when we first heard it.
I might have, yeah. I just have this vision of him slowly closing a notebook, putting a pen down on top of it and just getting off the pit wall and just fucking off. Like, I just have this vision of him being like, oh, all right then.
Fine.
Yeah.
If you don't need me, I'm going to go.
And gets to the end of the race and Nando's like genuinely asking for something on the radio and there's just silence and it's like, he's gone. Just, yeah, brilliant. Next up is a George crash out.
Oh.
Marcus, bless him, long-suffering Marcus, trying his best to help George along with... When George was actually being quite competitive, I think he was in P3, wasn't he? Marcus is giving him instruction about, you know, what he needs to do, where he needs to LICO, where he needs to back off a little more. I think there was a lot of tyre management conversation going on. And George is going, I have a McLaren up my fucking arse. Do you want me to let him past? Marcus comes back with the most deadpan, sarcastic British response in the world and just goes, no, thank you. George, in his equally sarcastic wisdom, comes back and goes, oh, okay, just checking. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
There's not much you can say on that, really. It's
really not.
Just, but this exchange happened like 2 or 3 times.
Yes, it did.
The same sort of exchange. I mean, that was the last iteration of it. I think first off, it was, I have a McLaren up my arse. I can't tire manage. I've got McLaren up my arse. And then I have McLaren up my fucking arse. Do you want me to let him past? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Penultimate one is another Max and GP at their finest.
Uh-huh.
Monaco.
Oh, God, yeah.
Max comes on the radio and says, my gears feel like it's Monaco 1972. Which I remember at the time saying out loud, that's very specific.
Yeah. It was very specific.
Mm.
Not surprising, though, considering the kind of gentleman that Max is.
Oh, he definitely autismed his way through that radio.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, like
100%.
he will have been in the simulator at some point and driven a 1972 F1 car around Monaco and known what the gears feel like.
Yeah. Of course, GP's response was, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, yeah. Like, pardon. So then there's some fettling in the background.
Yes.
And GP comes back and goes, how's that? Any better? And Max is like, it's a bit better. It's not great. It's a bit better. GP goes, more like Monaco 1974. Just wonderful.
And that right there is all the explanation you need about their relationship.
Yep. Absolutely. If you're going to sarcasm me, my friend, I'm going to sarcasm you right back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Absolutely. Those two are the finest set of radios ever.
Oh, yeah.
It also goes to show some fantastic radios come out of Monaco because they all get so bored.
Mm.
Because they can't, either just go round and round and round in circles. So you get some brilliant exchanges because, I mean, again, like Max, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, and like, I should have brought my pillow.
Should have brought my pillow. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. And then the top one.
Yeah.
The pinnacle.
And I just want to point out before we say what it is, because I'm thinking anybody who listens to us and follows F1 probably knows what it is. Mm-hmm. This was at the very first race.
This was race number 1. This was Australia 2025.
And oh my God, the memes and the
merch.
The back calling to it throughout the entire season was on point.
Yeah, and it hasn't stopped, and I don't think it ever will.
No.
It's going to be one of those iconic, it's going to stick around. Charles comes on the radio to Brian and says, is there a leakage of some kind? Brian says, a leakage of what? Charles goes, I have the seat full of water. Full of water. Brian's response?
It must be the water.
To which Charles beautifully comes back and says, let's add that to the words of wisdom.
Yeah.
We all know what Brian meant.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Like, as soon as he said it, I was like, oh, he means the water bottle leakage.
Yeah.
The water bottle is stashed just behind their head
so
that it can connect to a pipe that goes into their helmet.
Yeah.
When it leaks, it goes straight down the back of their seat and into where they're sitting.
Yeah. We all knew that.
We all knew that. Charles knew that.
Charles knew that. Pitwall knew that.
Yeah, everyone.
Crofty knew that.
Yeah. What came out of Brian's mouth was, must be the water.
Yeah.
But apparently what we then discovered afterwards is that words of wisdom is an actual thing that Ferrari have going, which I think says a lot about the state of this team. An actual thing that Ferrari have going where they write down the stupidest things that have come out of Ferrari's mouth over the radio.
Yeah.
Maybe they tally the number of we are checkings that come out.
Oh, God.
We must be on 320 at this point.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I know there was when it was actually revealed that this is actually something that they do genuinely note. I mean, at the time, me and you were like, oh, I wish we could do that at work. But we couldn't. We're not allowed.
We kind of did do that at work, though. We had a whiteboard
We did. Yeah.
that had some of the fantastic things that came out of our mouths
Yeah.
when we were all sleep deprived and exhausted and trying our best to be good customer service people.
Yeah. So we know what it's like to have those interactions where your mind is going up 5,000 miles per hour and thinking about so many other different things, and you just say something and you're like, oh shit.
I didn't mean it like that.
Did my mouth just actually form those syllables? I feel for Brian, because I know exactly that is exactly what he would have been like as soon as it came out of his mouth, and he's listening to Charles going, we'll add that to the words of wisdom. He's probably just sitting there going, oh. For fuck's sake. Oh, why is it always me?
Turning to everyone else and going, I can't believe it. Can't believe I just did that. Can't believe it. It's my 27th entry into the words of wisdom. Can't believe it. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. But like you say, the legs that got.
Oh, God.
So Charles now has a branded Puma water bottle that says must be the water.
Yeah.
And that kid uses it.
He does.
On a regular basis.
Oh, he does.
It's on t-shirts.
Yeah.
It's on official team kit.
Yeah.
The official F1 account posts it all the time. But then the official F1 account uses it in different contexts.
Mm-hmm.
So must be the insert thing here is just used everywhere by every team. Red Bull started doing it.
Yeah, they did.
By every team. It's just been like taken and run with, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
And I don't think it's going to stop.
I don't think it's ever going to stop. It is going to be one of like the most iconic moments of F1. You know, when you see YouTube roundups now of like the most iconic moments in the last 20 years of F1.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of them.
Yeah.
It's going to be up there with Kimi Räikkönen getting out of his car in Monaco and walking across and getting on his boat. It's that level of iconic, which is still fantastic.
Still love. That is just
that
brilliant.
level of iconic. Yeah.
Right, well, that is it from us for this episode. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, because we genuinely did.
We did.
Yeah.
It was lovely to relive those moments.
It was. And some of those radios are just...
it's just wonderful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Really are perfect.
Yeah.
Right, so thank you very much for listening. This has been Formula Side Quests, your mostly on-topic Formula 1 podcast with me, Kelly.
And me, Shannon.
Bye.
Bye.